Hi sweeties, how are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. If this is your first time of coming across this channel, sweetheart, kindly smash that subscribe button and turn on the notification so you are notified each time I upload, and please give this video a thumb up. I appreciate you all so much, and I am saying massive shout out to every one of you for all the support and love you all give me here. I am truly grateful. Thank you all so much. So today we'll be talking something very important, and before we get into this video, I am going to say that I have been seeing so many black men coming out on the internet to shit on their communities. So many black men. And I am sure you all are seeing it because I have been bringing most of the videos here. And I am tired of seeing all these kind of raccoons, because that is what they are. If you think the best way to come out to talk to your community is to come on the internet and bash your own community, because I have been seeing so many of them, some are even lying. They are not even saying the truth. Some just come here to lie and then come back to cry like a river and then ask for forgiveness. I mean, you ain't gonna earn anything. If you think you are gonna secure the bag, trust me, you ain't securing any bag from this TikTok. It is you and I here. Nobody, you're not securing anything, because the people that were supposed, or the people that are securing this bag are there. Candace Owens, most of them want to be the male Candace Owens. Trust me, they can take a female because they know Candace Owens is not a threat to them. But you, that your own masculine energy and you are not even gonna get any bag. So forget about it. If you think the bag is what you are looking for, you ain't getting it. And I am sick and tired of you all raccoon coming on here on the internet to shit on your community because you want to please the palm colored people, because you are looking for they are focusing on a demographic kind of it's always like the red to the season kind of people, because I don't see a reasonable white person that will support this. A black man coming on the internet to bash black women. Stay good to the screen. I'm gonna roll this clip. We'll come back to talk about it. Let me know what you all think in the comment section. Straight up, I am rolling the clip.
Since we're on the topic of race today, I want to know why a group that calls themselves queens, bad bitches, boss bitches, independent, and yes, I'm referring to black females. Can someone enlighten me why they seem to be the most upset and so mad at the world? I just want to know. I'm just curious. I'm referring to black females. Can someone enlighten me why they seem to be the most upset?
They're not. They're not. I don't know why you would think that. Maybe they're upset just at the way you're dressed, but like, this is a common thing that we see on social media all the time, on TikTok. I don't understand it. Like, you're black too. Like, why are you coming at your own? I don't get it. They call themselves queens and bad bitches and all that kind of stuff is because they get shade thrown at them all the time by their own men. And despite all of that bullshit that they have to deal with, they still have the strength to be these bad bitches and be gorgeous and amazing and strong and, you know, all the things that I really admire about them. So does this help? Sometimes independence is a very, very beautiful quality too.
I'm referring to black females. Can someone enlighten me why they seem to be the most upset?
Y'all know why. Let's stop asking these gaslighty ass questions. Y'all know why. We've been having this conversation for God knows how long. Why are black women so mad about everything? And they tell you all the time. But guess what, little bro? You don't listen. Y'all always confused all the time, but you never take the time to actually listen to people next to you. Y'all love talking but don't want to hear nobody. I'm gonna be so for real, if I'm not being listened to after a while, I'm gonna start to get angry. Like, I'm just bewildered by how you guys continue to act like you don't see it. They express it in song, they express it in movies, they express it in video essays, they express it in every way possible, but you guys still let it sail over your head on purpose because you guys know that you're the problem. And if you really are confused, why don't you just talk to one? Y'all seem to know everything but don't even know that you can talk to a person to understand them. But my point is that y'all know this and just don't care. Which is why my advice to black women instead is to never waste your time on people who don't know your struggle by now.
And yes, I'm referring to black females. Can someone enlighten me why they seem to be the most...
I know you didn't ask this question in good faith, but I'm going to answer it in good faith nonetheless. In a room full of selfish liars, only one person is forced to tell the truth and then is hated for it. That is the essence of why black women are mad. Think about this for just a second. Who protects them? Who? Who speaks? Who puts their reputation on the line to speak for them? Who? Who? White women? Get the fuck out of here. White women will use black women for their strength, for their courage, for their voice, and for white women's own devices, and then they will discard them. Other women of color will look their nose down on them, as if somehow being born here or born over there, not born in America, and not having to put up with the shit that black women have to put up with makes them better. White men use them almost to demonize them. The welfare queen, baby mama, single motherhood. They are the reasoning and rationale for everything that goes bad in the black community. And then there's us. Not all of us, but a lot of us. We're supposed to be fighting shoulder to shoulder. But what are we doing? What are we doing? We're using them, discarding them, abusing them, killing them, fucking impregnating them, running the fuck out, blaming them for every fucking thing we fucked up. So who protects them? Think about this for just a second. Who is it in every fucking election ends up voting for the conscience of America? Black women. Why? Because they realize they don't have the luxury of voting for their own best interest. They have to vote for the best interest of everyone around them. They do this year after year, election after election, day after day. And what do they get for it? Ridiculed, used, abused, discarded, treated like shit, used as a fucking, to demonize other fucking people. It's a thankless fucking job being a black woman. And maybe if the rest of us sat the fuck down, shut the fuck up and listen. Black women have been trying to tell us this shit for decades. We just have not chose to listen.
Can someone enlighten me why they seem to be the most upset and so mad at the world?
Y'all, he want to know why black women so mad at the world. It's because they risk their life giving birth to have bitches like you. That's it. That's why they be so mad. It's like, damn, I really risked my life to give birth, and then my son get on the internet to talk down on me when nobody asked his opinion. Nobody. He just doing it unprovoked. And nobody came for him. Nobody mentioned him. He just doing it unprovoked and not contributing nothing positive to the conversation. Not even doing the real research. Not even trying to uplift his community. That's why we be so mad. That's why we be so mad, child. We out here raising kids by ourselves, paying bills by ourselves. And then hoes like you just get on the internet and bring us up into conversations that we never even wanted to be in. But yeah, that's why, boo. That's why. Because y'all lame.
I'm referring to black females. Can someone enlighten me why they seem to be the most upset?
I'm not going to lie, even considering this question is proof that you don't really care what we're going to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. What we're not going to do is police black women for reacting the way they react to the trauma that we place on them every single day in this world. What we're not going to do is dismiss the fact that there's always been a racial totem pole in this country, and in this country, black women have always been near the bottom, at the bottom of that totem pole. What we're not going to do is ask black women why they're mad at the world when they have to come online and see other black men asking why they're upset about the state of the world that they have to live in. Other black men coming online and saying they're queens and bad bitches, calling them females, derogatory, and just overall just looking at them like they're dispensable. What we're not going to do is look at ourselves as being over black women and therefore operating as oppressors when we're trying to stop being the oppressed. And what we're not going to do is ask black women to be nicer in a world that has no intentions of being kind to them. Thank you.
Since we're on the topic of race today, I want to know why a group that...
First, go watch his full video and then come back and watch this stitch. So here's the answer to the question, how I can best answer this question. So a guy by the name of George Herbert Mead comes up with this idea called I, me, and the generalized other. I is who I believe I am, how I see myself. When I look in the mirror, what do I see? Me is how the community sees me, how others see me, that being mom, dad, brother, sister, co-workers, husband, boyfriend, etc., right? And then the generalized other is society, how society views me. Now, when we take those three things and we add black women into the equation, this is when I come up with the three mazes. The first maze is having to make sure you are shaping yourself into the greatest black woman that you want to be. That way, when you look at yourself in the mirror, you say, I'm a great black woman, right? And then me being how others view me, your community. Making sure that you've shaped yourself while you've dealt with self, that you've shaped yourself in such a positive way that you're able to be seen by others in your community, your black men, as a positive and great black woman. And then the third maze, having that community being the representation, right? How society will then see your community, how society sees you. Now, there's a fourth maze that answers this question, and it really tells you why there's this independent woman, there's this boss bitch, and etc., etc., etc. The fourth maze is what I came up with, and it's having to go back to square one. After going out there and seeing what's out there, the community and how society is going to treat you, having to go back to square one and recreate yourself. While you're recreating yourself, all those things out there are still happening. Black men in your community are still seeing you as just a body. The society is still seeing you as an angry black woman. The thing about this is that black men go through similar 3 to 4 mazes, but in different ways. That's my answer to this question.
Can someone enlighten me why they seem to be the most upset and so mad at the world?
Because as Malcolm X said, the most disrespected person in America is the black woman. You think your opinion is more fucking important than Malcolm X? For you as a black man to have a black mama, a black grandmama, a black great-grandmama, and so forth and so forth and so forth. Talk to them about their experiences and then ask that stupid-ass question to them. They mad because niggas like you exist. They mad because the reason you exist is somewhere in your male lineage somebody wasn't shit. Y'all look at them and tell them to make better choices instead of looking at your partners and telling them to check their whack-ass behavior. And before one of you clown niggas even think it, I grew up with a father and a mother. Black men, if you want to date elsewhere, just go on and do that shit and quit making excuses. My cousin Dante said it best. I don't want no submissive-ass woman. That sounds like slave to me. And whichever one of us is playing quarterback, the other one is playing wide receiver to make sure this shit called life happens. Fuck out of here, dog.
Since we're on the topic of race today, I want to know why a group that...
Oh, hey, y'all, it's your girl Spiral. So, I seen this video and I was like, oh, this is my time. Like, I love these. Hi, Farrell. I'm Spiral, by the way. Literally just a crazy woman on the internet who likes to stitch people shit. But yes, so this man has a lot of... has a good question, I guess you could say. You know, I use the word good loosely because it's not. It's a statistically shitty question, right? Like, it's giving I perpetuate racist stereotypes kind of question. Because I would imagine that you as a black man have spent some sort of time around black women, or I would ideally just say women in general, and therefore you're aware of the fact that all of the attributes you just said are not unique to black women. They're unique to women in general. But again, you as a black man getting on this motherfucking app to ask, why are black women so angry? Because we're sick of having to explain shit to men like you who don't fucking listen. Sorry, I'm getting worked up. So, let's go back. Nobody explain shit to this man. Zip, zilch, zero, stingy with the motherfucking De Niro. And the reason for that is because I'm a huge fan of, like, what do they say? Communication is key. No, comprehension is. And I can assure everybody watching this, no matter what you say to this man, he is not going to comprehend it. And I can tell you that because I went on his page and I looked through some of his videos and the red flags were flagging, baby. So for starters, he's got a video of a pro-gay church burning because it was hit by lightning. And I believe his caption just said, God has spoken. Oh, okay. He's got another video of a black woman who looks like she's been paralyzed being walked with black leaders in a wheelchair saying Black Lives Matter, and his caption is, well, where's this energy for black children? Sir, are you dumb? What do you mean, where's that energy for black children? Where do you think it started from? He's got another video of a black man walking through a neighborhood and it's nothing but American flags and Blue Lives Matter flags, and he's like, he was like, the shit makes me uncomfortable. And then he found a part of the town that had like a pride flag, and he was like, despite the fact that I'm not gay, this flag makes me feel safer. This nigga stitched it and was like, oh, that's because you're mentally ill. No, sir, it's not. If you as a black man in 2023 can't see how a block full of American flags and Blue Lives Matter flags, despite the fact that blue lives are not a fucking thing, would make a black man more uncomfortable than a pride flag would, I would argue you're the one that's mentally ill. He's got another video. It's like woke military equals weak military. Sir, did you serve somewhere? Did I miss that? If so, thank you for your service. Please tell us about that. And then he's got another video of a Florida father, of course, a black man, being arrested because he left his child in the car. He's a piece of shit. He should have been arrested anyways. But what you will see is a running theme of his page of shitting on the black community. And then getting the good fucking nerve to get up here and ask questions like, well, why are black women so angry? We're not. Also, you don't really give a fuck, do you? And that's okay. Say that. We're here for you, baby. Nobody's mad at that. But please stop trolling on this motherfucking internet. Thank you. Have a good day.
Can someone enlighten me why they seem to be the most upset and so mad at the...
You're not listening. You see, black women are just telling the truth. And however they choose to do so is completely up to them. You see, assigning upset and anger is your perception. You are putting that on them based on how you're perceiving their messages to you. And the only reason to talk about the tone or the emotion of the black woman that's telling the truth is to deflect accountability for the truth that she's telling. The deflection is part of the system of obedience that we're a part of, and it's also part of the misogyny of the patriarchy as well. Men are conditioned to obey the orders of authoritative men. They're not conditioned to listen at all. So when a black woman stands in a place of authority and tells you that you did something wrong, it's a knee-jerk reaction for you to deflect that back onto her because you don't see her as an authoritative figure enough to tell you that you did something wrong and hold you accountable. It's all on you, dude. All of it.
For the black females, can someone enlighten me why they seem to be the most upset?
For starters, it's because men keep calling them females instead of women. Hey, y'all. Well, let's see. We're talking about a demographic of women that have been told that they were the most unattractive, at least throughout my entire childhood in the 70s. How during my childhood, good girls were lighter skinned, darker skinned girls were trouble. Throughout U.S. history, dark-skinned black women have never had the option to not work. They are the only demographic in this country that were forced into the workforce. I'm doing this before coffee. Y'all got to give me some credit here. I'm trying to give you this response because I feel like this is work that black women shouldn't have to do, right? There is a reading list. I guess my question to you is, how bad do you want to know? Like, you want to go to the bookstore bad, or just kind of Google it bad? Zora Neale Hurston. Read books by Zora Neale Hurston. Their eyes were watching God. That is the first book. Start with that book. And if you really want answers, get back to me and there's more books. Or if this is just kind of a complaint, then go to the next window, because black women have been hearing it for too long. Black women. Women. Not females. Women. Women. Not girls. Women.
All right, this is all I got from the stitches. I mean, there are so many stitches to this video, but I decided to, pick these ones. And, I don't know, but I have been seeing so many black guys, not even so many black guys coming out to bash their community, bash black women, call black community names. I mean, just because they want to belong, or they want to be a pick me and all that. And then I'm going to tell you, let me tell you all something. You think they don't know why they chose Candace Owen? Because she's a woman. She's not even a threat to them. But bro, you are a threat to them, so they ain't even picking you. And wait, I don't even know if it's for the bags and all that, because you are not even gonna secure the bag. I mean, like, they wake up every day to talk bullshit. Black women say so many nasty, derogatory words, use some crazy words on black community, say some crazy shit. Like, I am tired of waking up to them. I mean, I call them raccoons, because that is what they are. I mean, they're reinforcing themselves. Like, every month you are seeing different type. Like, this month I have seen how many? Almost 4 or 5. I mean, from Devante to this one, like, so many of them. How do you guys wake up to do this? And then you all are gonna say black women this, black women that. Man, you guys got problem. It is not black women anything. And this one is asking, why did they call? Man, you know what? They are alpha females, if you don't know. And the fact that I don't even know, like, how do all these boys, like, come on this internet, like, they do not respect their parents, they do not respect, because I don't see how I am gonna come, excuse me, on here to start backing black men when I have a father or when I have siblings. I mean, it's so disturbing waking up to see things like this, waking up to them being so immature, and at the end of anything, they call black women immature. It is crazy. I mean, it is giving you all a very stew and pea, because make this make sense, because the math ain't mathing. Every damn day I wake up to see like so many things black men are saying. If it's not about black women, it is about black community. A lot of them. There is Jeff Merd, there is the other one that wear raccoon, like so many of them. And I am sick and tired of you all. I am not saying all men, but all the people that I have been seeing, even some grown up ass men, like grown up, someone that can father a child, is out there peeing rubbish about black community. See, if you don't protect your community, who is gonna protect your community? If you are fighting your community, other people are gonna join you to fight your community. Enough of this bullshit. If you have something to say, stay back in your house. If you had called a black woman and asked a question, I am sure they probably would have explained things to him. But they never listen. Did they ever listen? They don't. So for him to come here, the best way to, to say or do whatever he wanted was coming on the internet to put black women on batching and all that. I hope your parents get to see this, and I hope they will be proud of you. This is where I'm going to draw the curtain. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.